Ladies and gentlemen, let the litigation begin. If you were screwed out of the PPP program or your EIDL grant, you may have money coming. Let's talk about some of the fabulous litigation that's already started against banks and the SBA. Hi, it's Dan, and before we get started, you need to do a couple things. You need to like and subscribe today and pound that like button. Just hit it into submission, okay? Teach it a lesson, okay? Please share this with your friends and colleagues. I appreciate it, okay? Before we get into the lawsuits, I'd like to talk about some of the bad actors that we've heard about lately and educate you guys a little bit. The first one is Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse got a PPP loan to the tune of $20 million. First of all, that overpriced, a la carte, undercooked steakhouse that I've had many a meeting at in a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I will never, ever eat there again. When I was in the entertainment industry in Hollywood, I used to go to one that every time I went there at night, I don't care what day of the week it was, I would see the actor Rutger Hauer there. It was like his version of Denny's was eating at Ruth's Chris. Anyways, that place sucks now. They have no business getting a $20 million loan. They have thousands of employees. They circumvented the shenanigans by saying, oh, it's 500 employees per location, which was a complete scam, okay? So anyways, do what you want, but I'll never eat at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse again, okay? The second one is those fine people at Shake Shack. Now, Shake Shack got a $10 million PPP loan, okay? And today they were absolutely shamed into giving the money back, but they also raised something like over $100 million in private equity markets on Friday, okay? These are the last people on the planet that should be getting PPP money, okay? Now, I want you to remember a few things with these big people that have taken advantage of this. The idea of these loans was for small business, okay? Now, think about this. Small business, when you think of it, it's ladies, it's your hair salon, okay? When you cannot go to your hair salon, you can't get your nails done, can't get your hair done, okay? I want you to think about these people that got these loans that could have made these people survive. They could have given them a lifeline to be in business for the next few months to where the economy could come back and you could go and go to those businesses. They're not going to come back because of people like this, okay? The other one is the small restaurants that are out there that are not getting these loans. To have these big places, plus a place like Ruth's Chris that is so expensive, okay? And it's great, whatever, okay? But it's ridiculous that the mom and pop restaurant cannot get money right now, okay? And are being denied. And you can talk about all these loans that have been funded. They haven't been, okay? I'm going to get into the lawsuits in just a second. Now, I myself found out for some reason that I applied for an EIDL grant and was beat out of $9,000 of that grant money and was given $1,000 last week. But I don't qualify for a loan, and they wouldn't get into it with me with the SBA. So for whatever reason, I'm going to be denied for my EIDL loan. And again, my background is that I own a medical company that is a directory. I produce medical conferences, and I have been the cheerleader for the SBA and promoting them to everybody under the sun. And it's ridiculous that a company like mine gets denied for something like a simple loan like that. The other thing is, they also said apply for the PPP loan, but it's out of funding now. There's no, apply for what, okay? It's out of funding, plus I don't have the employees, okay? So I was brushed off just to be sent away packing so that, I'd get an answer, I'd get blown off and not have to talk to this guy anymore on the phone. So anyways, let's get into the beautiful, beautiful lawsuits that have come out as a result of all this. Now, where all the litigation, majority of it came from, was prioritizing loans, okay? Right now in the United States, what's happened is that the banks went and lent money to the larger clients first over the smaller businesses, okay? In the United States, we have over 10 million minority businesses, and of the 10 million minority businesses, 88% are single owner, occupied, running solopreneur businesses, okay? And of those, over 9 million of those are female owned, okay? And of those, 89% of the female owned businesses are single employee businesses also. So these are the people that were discriminated against and were not given the opportunity to get these loans with the PPP program especially. Plus, the larger companies were allowed to include healthcare costs, retirement costs, as something that they could recoup that would be forgivable under the PPP program, while the smaller companies were not given this option. They're seeking class action status in this also. Reach out to them today. Here's another one. Edward Shear, a small business owner out of Texas, filed a lawsuit against Frost Bank, stating that he did not have a relationship with Frost Bank and he is being discriminated against because he can't apply for a PPP loan. He's suing Frost Bank and the SBA. I saved the best for last. The Stalwart Law Firm has filed 4 separate lawsuits against 4 big banks, stating that their clients were discriminated against with these PPP loans. That includes U.S. Bank, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, and of course the infamous, fabulous Wells Fargo Bank. Now, instead of taking the loans on a first-come, first-served basis like they should have, these banks prioritized the loans to their bigger customers. And by doing so, 90% of the smaller customers were denied these loans. Stalwart also plans on filing the class action lawsuit in New York as well. The banks made over $6 billion in fees alone on this, okay? It's disgusting that these small businesses were taken advantage of this way, but I'm glad that there's a great law firm like Stalwart out there to do something about this. I reached out to Dylan Ruga, who's the lead attorney on the case, and left him a message to see if there's anything that I could do to assist in getting clients or anybody that could be interested in the case in getting the word out. My database is quite large. I've got over 75,000 people in the healthcare space and all my LinkedIn connections, and there's a lot of people like me and other small businesses that were just passed over for these large companies, okay? And I'm glad somebody's doing something about it, okay? This is absolutely the beginning of the litigation. You're going to see this festival of litigation just continue, and this week, by the end of the week, you'll see hundreds of lawsuits filed in regards to all this, okay? So, good luck to everybody. Now, as far as the EIDL grant shenanigans that you've heard about, there's a law firm out there, Wiederman Malik, that has filed a federal lawsuit. And I looked at the complaint, and I'll attach the complaint to this video, and it's beautiful. There seems to be dozens and dozens of plaintiffs that were like me, that were told they were going to get a $10,000 grant to help their business, and were denied that grant. The administrator for the SBA unilaterally changed it on her own, and on the 14th of April changed it to where it was $1,000 per employee. So if you'd like to contact Wiederman Malik to join their class action lawsuit, the information will be below, okay? This is a tough time for everybody, and business as we know it will not be the same going forward. You need to try different things, and you need to try to reach out and just maintain a positive attitude during this time, because it's absolutely devastated right now. And if you think that things are going to be the same or they're going to go back to normal anytime soon, you are dreaming, okay? So be positive. Like this video, subscribe, share it, reach out to me, and I'll give you any information I can on these law firms that I have. I will talk to you soon, okay? All the best.